Carpio, IFBB Figure Pro, and I'm here on behalf of Angel Competition Bikinis to give you guys a tutorial on how to fit your competition suit properly. So figure gals, fitness gals, and women's physique, we all have pretty much the same type of bottom. As you'll know, it's very different from the bikini girl's bottom. We have really high sides and a deep V and a very narrow glute coverage in the back, and also no connectors. We have fabric all the way up the side. So when you're fitting yourself for your competition suit, of course you want it to flatter your physique as much as possible, and that's gonna have to do with your height, the length of your torso, your inseam, and how in shape you are. So there's different cuts for pro level versus some of the NPC girls, and it really depends on your conditioning and things like that. But I'm gonna go through 4 different types of suit bottoms that I have here with you guys today, and how to go about measuring yourself correctly when you order your AC bikini, and then how to make sure that you have the proper fit and it's on there right when you're practicing your posing and when you're gluing it down before you step on stage. So let's get started. So for suit 1, you can see that my top fits well, but my bottom's a little too small. You can see that the straps on the bottom are too short, falling below my belly button and on top of my hip bone rather than up and over to the tiniest part of my waist. You can also tell the straps are too short from the back and that the glute coverage is too small, since it's kind of squeezing everything in and shoving it down, making my torso look longer and distorting the shape of my glutes. Suit 2, you can see, is a much better fit of the bottom. Now I got extended straps on here. I had them at a 1/2 inch to the height of each strap so that I could really get that high and inward look with an inward taper of the bottom. Now the coverage on the back of these is a little too wide because I was leaner than I anticipated. Now when the coverage is too wide, it can also distort the shape of your glutes or look like you're trying to hide your glutes. Suit 3 was my absolute favorite. We kept the height of the straps on the bottom, but we went with a petite cut on the top that has narrower coverage over the pecs and lats to really enhance your upper body development. I went with a petite cut on the bottom, which is a really narrow taper in at the bottom of the glutes that really enhances the shape of the glutes, but only works well for people that have pro level conditioning. So as you can see, I modeled 3 very different suit bottoms. This suit bottom, the purple one that I wore first, the straps were a little too short and the overall fit of the suit was too small for my physique. The second suit that I wore, which was the blue one, had a much better fit. I requested extra long straps that I could put really high and glue inward when I was on stage to give me that really tapered in look, to make my waist look tight and small. The problem with this one was there was too much coverage on the back because I got a lot leaner than I anticipated. The third suit, which was the green one, the one I most recently wore to the Chicago Pro, I chose the petite cut on this, and the petite cut is really a pro level cut. It's the narrowest glute coverage on the bottom and on the inside for really, really super pro level conditioning. All right, if you have any loose skin or if you have any body flaws back there, you're not going to want the petite cut. All right, the petite cut angles in and it gives a really flattering appearance to really developed and lean glutes. So in general, if you're taller or if you have a longer inseam, you're gonna wanna go with adding maybe a 1/2 inch of fabric on the sides, just so you can get that full up and all the way in. You don't have to worry about the suit rolling down. And anticipating how lean you are, if you're a national level competitor aiming to turn pro, or if you're doing local shows, definitely go with a standard cut. Even if you are a pro already, unless you get the super conditioned look of the up and in glutes with a high and dry glute hamstring tie-in, then you still might want to go with the standard fit. If you get that super high and dry look, then the petite cut would be for you. Now, as for the tops, the blue that I wore was a standard size medium top. Now, I felt like this top was a little bit too much coverage. I felt like it covered too much of my chest and there was just too much fabric there. It wasn't over flattering enough and it kind of distracted from my physique. So for the green suit that I wore to the Chicago Pro, I consulted with Haley, and Haley suggested that I still get a size medium, but that I go with the petite cut. So this was the result of that. This was the best and most amazing fitting top I've ever had. I really liked the petite cut, that it gave me enough breast coverage, but I was still able to show off my chest and lat development optimally because there wasn't just a ton of fabric there. You can see in the picture how the curves kind of hug my breasts and just overall allows me to showcase my physique better. The only thing I would probably change would be, since I am tall, I'm almost 5'8", I would go with a long connector on here just because my frame is so wide. I felt like I had a hard time getting full breast coverage on my front pose and some of my side angle poses, and a long connector would fix that. So I hope that my review of my different suit cuts helped you guys. Now, you can order the design kit for free that can help you determine all this ahead of time, and you can also consult with a team at AC Bikinis, and they'll help you decide exactly what kind of style, cut, and fit to get for your next competition suit so that it's just right. Thank you, AC Bikinis, for helping me to shine on stage and feel confident in my AC bikini. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out and message me directly or consult the team on the website.